Y'all, last night was a fucking doozy, okay? A doozy. Happy sunrise, y'all. Hold on, let me grab my shirt. Let me tell y'all about my night. So, I'm a little bit under the weather. It kind of hit me out of nowhere, y'all. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what happened. I had some readings that I had to do for some of my clients, so I knocked those out, and luckily, you know, I wasn't feeling bad when I did those, but shortly after that, my head just started hurting, but it wasn't crazy. It wasn't, you know, nothing outrageous. It was just, you know, simple ass headache. I ended up taking some Excedrin, and then I want to say probably about 4 or 5 o'clock, I started getting chills. And I was like, okay, this is weird. So I, you know, wrapped myself up in blankets or whatever. Head was still hurting a little bit. And then shortly after the chills, I just started feeling worse and worse. It's like, you know, when you get sick and it's night, like once nighttime comes, it gets worse. I just started feeling worse and worse and worse and worse the later it got. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Because it literally just hit me out of nowhere. And then I went to like try to stand up and move around, y'all. I was dizzy, lightheaded. My body felt so weak, like so weak. Like I could hardly function. Just me getting up, I would take like 3 steps and have to sit back down. It was just that crazy. So I ended up taking some medicine or whatever, and I immediately just started throwing it up. I just started throwing it up until, like, throwing up so much until I started dry heaving. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is this? So I ended up just getting in bed. Luckily, my husband was off work, so he was, you know, getting the kids, you know, occupying the kids and stuff or whatever, and making sure that I was straight. I ended up getting in bed, had a trash can by the bed, y'all. Had a bottle of water, had my Stanley cup full of water, had the NyQuil sitting on the table just in case I needed to take some. It was just a time. It was a time. And then I woke up throughout the night a couple of times. I kept having to use the bathroom, kept having to go pee. And it was like walking on pins and needles. Like, my body was just, I don't know what was going on, y'all. Like, I don't know. And then this morning, when I finally got up, my head was still hurting. Like, it hurt worse than it did yesterday, but all of the other symptoms had kind of sort of subsided a little bit. I still had, you know, chills a little bit, but it wasn't as bad as it was last night. So I popped some Tylenol, extra strength. I popped 2 of them suckers, and it's pretty much masking it right now. Like, those that know me, y'all know I'm not a medicine person. I don't really do medicine like that. That's never been me. But I had to do something today, baby. So I popped them Tylenols, and I've been fine since then, but I'm kind of, you know, I'm sluggish a little bit. So today, I'm really just about to try to relax as much as I can. I'm gonna go find a book to read, possibly, and that's probably what this vlog is going to be, just me and all of my sickness and just reading and relaxing as much as I possibly can. Hopefully I don't start feeling no worse later on. We'll see. What I'm in the mood to read, y'all. I know I don't want to start a series, because if I start a series, then I know I'm going to want to see it through, you know, but how I'm feeling is not really giving series, and I don't want to start one and then be upset because I don't enjoy it. You know what I mean? And it doesn't help that I'm just such a mood reader. I'm such a mood reader. This writing is so small. I don't know if I'm in the mood for that. Okay, y'all, so I'm debating between Over Me by N.J. Gray or There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. Now, I know I said I didn't really want to read a series, y'all, but somebody sent me this book a while ago. I want to say this was like one of my first book fairy mails. And I heard this series is actually really, really good. And it's fairly short. It's only like 200 and something pages. I could possibly read this in a day. But then I did get this one from the book convention that I went to, Read Just Take Denver. And honestly, this is only about 300 pages too. But the writing is super duper duper fucking small. So I don't know. I know this one is like a forbidden romance, and I love a forbidden romance. And I know this is, I don't even know what this is. I just know it's dark romance, y'all. I don't know which one. I'm gonna choose one of these. I'm gonna choose one of these. Just a quick update, y'all. I am currently on page 37, chapter 4. I just got to chapter 4. As y'all can see, my kids are now in the background. My husband goes back to work tonight, so, you know, stay-at-home mom duties. Luckily, I popped another couple of Tylenols, so I'm functional, so I guess that's a good thing. I attempted to eat some crackers and some chicken dumpling soup. It was good, but I kind of forced myself to eat it. I really don't have an appetite, but I really felt extremely weak, so I had to get something in my system. Now I'm just kind of waiting to see how it's going to settle, how my stomach's going to feel or whatever. Drunk me some ginger ale. And honestly, like, I just feel like ginger ale fixes everything. And in the Black community, ginger ale is our go-to medicine for everything, okay? You can heal anything with ginger ale. So I'm sipping on my ginger ale. And we just gonna see how the rest of the day goes. What are you doing?
Hand spray.
Oh, you put hand sanitizer on him? Okay. All right, y'all, I'll be back. Change of scenery, guys. We are back in my room, back in the bed. It is a little bit after 10:30. I did a little bit more reading. I'm not reading as fast as I normally would, which is, I guess I can't say it's strange because I'm sick, so, you know, whatever. But I made it to chapter 9. I am going to still read as much as I can tonight until I actually fall asleep, because I'm not tired. I'm sluggish, but I'm not tired. But then again, I did sleep like more than 12 hours after last night's shenanigans. So I don't know. I'm just not super sleepy yet. So I'm probably just gonna read until I can't keep my eyes open. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this book yet, y'all. I haven't heard any bad reviews when I would see this book getting recommended or whatever. And you know, so far it's not bad, but I don't know if I'm still like in a bit of a book slump, or if me being sick is playing a part on it as well. But I'm just kind of struggling. I'm struggling getting through it. It's not a bad book though. It's very, very easy to read. The chapters are fairly quick. I love quick chapters. The chapters are fairly quick. The characters are interesting, intriguing to say the least. Both the male main character, both the male and the female character, I think her name is Mara and Cole, they're both quite intriguing in their own little way. So it's keeping me intrigued enough to continue the story. You know what I mean? And the different things that have happened so far through this book is definitely like, what the hell is really going on? You know, so it's not bad. It's just, it's me. I know it's me, y'all. I know it's me. But I hate that for me, because when I'm reading a book like this, it is really giving, but I'm not able to really get all that it has to give because of whatever energy I'm in. I hate that for me. But I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep pushing and give it a go. One thing I do like about this though, and I think Sophie Lark does this in all of her books from what I've seen, there's a lot of illustrations in here, like this for example. You see? Isn't that neat? And there was another one. It's like every other chapter or so, there's like an illustration there. Was this one? Yeah, see? I'm assuming this is Cole. In the picture I showed y'all before is Mara. I think that's really dope. I think that's really cool. But okay, y'all. I'm gonna read for a little bit and then I'll double back to y'all. Y'all, it is almost 5 o'clock in the morning. I just finished this book. I just finished reading it. And sadly enough, I'm still not sleepy. But I'm going to try to force myself to go to sleep, y'all. And I'll tell y'all more about this book in the morning. Well, in a couple hours. Good morning. Happy sunrise, y'all. Okay. I feel like shit. Still, y'all, I do. As y'all know, I had a late night. I just could not get to sleep, so I just read. And I finished this book. There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. Completed it. I think I'm going to give this book probably a 3.5 star. It was a decent read, very, very easy to read. The chapters were fairly short. The characters were super intriguing as well. Without giving y'all all the details, of course, this book follows Cole and Mara, right? They're both artists. Cole is a like multi-millionaire, billionaire type of artist, selling sculptures and all type of things. And Mara is, I guess, a little bit on the poor side. She's an aspiring artist, if you will. And basically Cole and his arch nemesis, they like to play Dexter. Their paintings and their sculptures all surround the unaliving of different individuals. That's basically how this goes. Mara gets caught in the crossfire somehow between the two, and then Cole just becomes fixated on Mara, trying to figure out how she made it through, how she's still alive, all of these things. And the story just kind of spins off from there, right? It was decent. I did have a good time with this book. Like I said, I'm just kind of under the weather, so maybe I just didn't really enjoy it as much as I wanted to. But I enjoyed it nonetheless. It was definitely a good read. It just wasn't one of my favorite books of all time, you know. It had a decent amount of spice. It was somewhat of a slow burn. I guess you can say it's a little bit of insta love, but also rivals to lovers type of thing. It's a lot of different random tropes just kind of thrown in there, but I enjoyed it. I am going to go ahead and get into the second book, which is, what is the second one? There Is No Devil. This is a duet. So what do they call it? A sinner's duet? Yeah, the sinner's duet. So I'm going to get into There's No Devil today, and we'll see how far I get into it. I initially was going to go ahead and try to read both of them for this vlog, but baby, I'm not gonna hold you. I don't have it in me to do it. I don't have it in me to try to record while I'm reading this other book, y'all. So I'm gonna just go ahead and wrap this vlog up here. I'll be sure to let y'all know my thoughts on the second book in the series when I do my wrap up for this month. So upon editing this video, I realized I never actually spend the blog to talk about the other book in the wrap up. So I'm going to insert a clip from TikTok where I did a review for both here. Happy sunrise, y'all. I am back with another book review. I know it's been a minute since y'all heard me talk about a book, but here we go. I don't consider this to be like the darkest of the dark. This was like child's play to the type of dark romances that I'm used to. I did have a good time with this series. I rated this one 3.5. It was actually really good. I had a good time. The banter between both of the characters was hilarious. Y'all know I love banter between characters. Like, it got to have a little bit of tension. You know what I'm saying? I really did enjoy this. It wasn't my favorite, though. I'm not going to lie to you. It wasn't my favorite read. It's not something I'm going to wake up thinking about every day. But it definitely was worth the read. And then the second one, There Is No Devil. I ate this one up. I actually enjoyed this one a lot more than the first one. I think for me, a lot of the times, I enjoy character development. And I think that's why I like dark romance books so much, because there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of trauma, there's a lot of hurt, but then there's also a lot of healing, a lot of growing and things of that nature, right? So I love watching the characters develop. I love going deeper into why the characters are the way that they are and watching them transform into something bigger, something better. That's what we saw in this one when it came to both Mara and Cole. This was actually my first time reading anything by Sophie Lark. I will say that her writing is fairly easy. I do love the fact that she has illustrations in her books. I think that's pretty fucking dope, especially because I'm an artist myself. I love to draw, paint, and all of those things. So seeing the illustrations in the book was pretty dope. The writing was fairly easy to read. The storyline was easy to follow. It was fast paced, so it felt like I was flying through these books, which I did. I read this one in a day. And then this one I read in like 2 days because I started to feel really bad. Y'all know I started this when I was sick. So yeah, this one, it took me like 2 days because my life, I was dying, okay? 3.5, 4 stars, definitely enjoyed, definitely recommend. But with all that being said, y'all, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Love y'all so much and happy reading. I will catch y'all in the next one, okay?